Um, so we're starting off here, I think, with Burnt Umber. The original painting was fine, but I really like these 20 by 20 canvases too much to not reuse them. I started doing this particular style, I think last week, is a piece titled 8424. Hold up, let me check it out real quick. It's a piece titled 2842, which was like a side profile of a dude's head surrounded by blue. Color-wise, we're using sky blue, burnt umber, crimson, yellow deep, and some either milky white or titanium white. I'm not quite sure which one. The painting we're painting over was a piece called Beach Bath, which was a Spirit Box song. Spirit Box is pretty dope. And the title of this one is Delicate Apathy, which is a Slow Bloomer song. Big fan of Slow Bloomer. They only have one album out. They're not even active anymore. Hopefully there's some new shit in the future, but I doubt it. I really dig that genre. It's not pop punk or anything. It's not grunge either. It's kind of shoegazy. It's hard to find that type of music, though. There's just not a lot of it out there. I don't mean not a lot of it, that's good. Like Basement. You guys ever bump Basement? I fucking hate Basement. I should like Basement, but those guys can't write a good hook to save their life. Turnovers, Peripheral Vision, I think is probably one of the dopest albums of that type of angsty, grungy, shoegazy style. But there's not a lot of it, man. Me, I've gotten old. I don't really search for music that much anymore. I never thought it would happen this early. I have to dedicate time to find music. I have to dedicate time to watch movies. I keeping up with media these days is just, it's an actual, you have to put effort into it, and that's something that I never really thought would happen. I was just thought I would find dope shit all the time, but you get stuck in your ways, end up listening to the same pop songs you're bumping. Well, to be honest with you, I never really listened to pop music until 2 years ago. But now, I'm listening to old one-hit wonders from a decade ago. I gotta get on my. I gotta search for better music, man. It's just not something that I really give a shit about these days. So I covered over the orange with blue, that sky blue, and if you can look down the corner right there, I didn't fill out the whole thing. So in the right corner, there's a little bit of orange peeking out. So I'm gonna end up using that as this figure's leg, and I can already see the basic layout of this guy's body there. See, there goes the leg. You can kind of see his face up there. I am over the portrait thing, but I keep doing the portrait thing, and doing the portrait thing's not a bad thing, because they always end up looking pretty dope. But if I can help it, with the type of canvas, with these types of canvas, it feels like a waste to me to just focus on the middle and then just do a face. It's too much negative space that you can utilize. So I'm gonna try to utilize it a little more going in the future. I end up checking out some Francis Bacon while I paint this piece. I use a lot of references. You guys never see me looking at my phone, but I'm looking at a lot of different artwork while I make my stuff. None of this is truly off the dome, that just doesn't really happen. I end up looking at some Francis Bacon stuff to figure out how to incorporate a chair properly. every time I try to make my own chairs, I can never do the armrests right. I would probably actually have to sit down and draw people sitting in chairs to figure out how it works. And personally, I'm not all that interested in studying when it comes to painting or drawing. It's just not something that I really care to do. I don't know why. I feel like it would only benefit me if I actually put the practice time in. The reason I put a chair in this piece is because like if you were actually sitting the way this person's sitting, it would burn up your core after a while, because that atmosphere, that blue atmosphere in the background isn't solid. The only way that seated position makes sense is if they're leaning on a wall, and that wall isn't permanent. It's not solid. So that person has to end up sitting on something. So we end up here in a little bit, we end up putting a chair back there. I've had a couple of people say that this figure looks like it's masturbating. I don't really see that, to be honest with you. For me, like that bottom hand is not close enough to be fingering itself. And that top hand, I don't really see that, I don't really see it doing anything. If anything, I should have put a cigarette in that hand. But, I didn't really think about it until a little bit later. What I was originally planning on doing with this piece was, maybe doing, multiple arms. I wanted to do multiple arms and maybe put, 3 or 4 arrows on top of it, like it fell down on this person. But it's just an idea, and for me to actually follow through on anything, it's not gonna happen, man. I take the easy road out all the time, constantly. I'm not all that dedicated of a person, man. Yeah. So I ended up, I was looking at some artwork while I was painting this one, and there was a guy who posted some of his work. His name is, let me look this shit up real quick. His name is Rodolfo Lopez, but that's not his Instagram handle. His Instagram handle is, hold up. Cobra's Nesta. That's all one word. He posted his picture of like 12 of his paintings, and they all had these pretty dope crucifixes in it. And you can see the moment I see this, I look at this dude's paintings, because I immediately steal one of those crucifixes and put it in this piece. If I was a better artist, man, you could tell when I reference something. But the issue is, I'm not really that technically proficient when it comes to art. I was a technically proficient artist about a decade ago. What people don't know about me is I actually did draw a lot when I was younger. My entire school run, at least from age 5 to 18, I was always drawing something. Then I just gave up once I discovered alcohol. But I always had a project. I was always trying to draw something new. I was always working on something, because paying attention to classwork was just never my thing. I was never really the school type, man. So I was always drawing. So you can't tell, but there's at least 10 years of drawing behind my work. But it was never my own work. I was always drawing someone else's work. And I think what was helpful for my style these days was the people that I was taking inspiration from back then. I didn't know it, but I was drawing a lot of, I think his name is Travis Smith, I want to say. He did a lot of album artwork. I used to draw from, when I was really young, I would draw from Wizard magazine, if you guys remember that. Wizard magazine was pretty dope. I didn't know shit about comic books or anything, but I just knew when things looked cool. So I drew a lot of Wizard magazine stuff, a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff. Got a little bit older, I started drawing Pushead, and ended up getting really into metal in like middle and high school. And I ended up drawing a lot of this Travis Smith shit, man. Yeah, there it is, Travis Smith, American graphic artist. That's the guy. I didn't know it was his artwork, bro. I just kept seeing these dope album art covers in these magazines, you know, Guitar World, Hit Parader, or Revolver, what have you. And I just drew a lot of his stuff. I was pretty good back in the day, man. I could draw like Alex Gray type stuff, like the anatomy. Like I was good. I was good about a decade ago. But then I stopped drawing once I started drinking, and then that lasted for a long time. I didn't draw from 18 to 25 or 26. If you find my Tumblr page, you could watch my development from a drawing standpoint. I numbered all of them because I thought it would be interesting to go back and look at my progress. So it starts at number 1, and I think it goes up to like number 72 or some shit like that. And then about 3 or 4 months later, I started getting a way more distinct style, heavily influenced by Joel Peter Witkin and Ubercult. VBERKVLT up on Instagram. Not so much his style, like he does like a more primitive style, but just the white on black ink thing, mostly that. But his style is definitely in what I do too. Yeah, man, it took a long time, but then the drawing started becoming very distinctive. I haven't done too much drawing in a while. Probably get back into it someday. I would really like to record it, show you guys how I do it, because it's therapeutic. For me to draw, I gotta do squiggles. I gotta cover the whole piece in squiggles. Stole this from Francis Bacon. Nothing in particular. That's burnt umber for the border. Then we're gonna fill it in with black. Like I said, if you were seated in that position regularly, your core would be on fire. So we'll put a little chair in this bitch. Look at this dude, something to chill on. Very simple piece, man. Very simple. I like what I do because it's simple. It's never really into technical stuff. At least as an adult, I don't really have the patience for it. And I did not study the fundamentals. Like, if you ever read art advice from the internet, everyone's like, study the fundamentals. Nah, man, that was never my thing. I'm fucking hurting from it though. Like, I'm just trying to make more interesting compositions right now. If I studied the fundamentals, I probably could be doing some more dope shit. I've been looking at a lot of Caitlin Hackett artwork lately. That chick does some dope shit, man. Like, she's an illustrator proper, way different than the shit I do. I just been looking at that type of stuff. I'm not trying to incorporate it in any meaningful way just yet, but I'd like to, man. That symbolism heavy stuff. I feel like that's, it's more marketable. I feel like more people would, I think it'd be easier to get gigs if I invested time into doing that. And B, it's just, it would be a good challenge. But I'm just not so much interested in putting the time in. I don't know why. Yeah, I went to the tribal art school for all of 3 weeks a couple years back. I think I was like 20. So like 5 years ago. No. 28. Like 8 years ago. Okay, yeah, I went to the tribal art school, a decade ago. And I just couldn't do it, man. It was like super depressing. It was depressing, and it wasn't really for intermediate artists prerequisite to getting into the more interesting classes was, I think it was like 2 years of gesture drawings, still life drawings. It was like 3 times a week. Here's that crucifix thing I stole in real time. I don't have a straight edge on me. Are they called straight edge? I think they're called straight edges. So I ended up using my paintbrush as a guide. Completely stole that from this guy. Sorry, dude. Nah, I'm not sorry. It looked cool. It looks cool. Who gives a shit? We're pretty much coming to the end of this piece. So we're just gonna dot this bitch up. I don't think I recorded it, but I put some flies on there. Put some butterflies on there. I threw the quadruple horns on this fella because the quadruple horns look cool. That's pretty much it. I think that's really it for this time around. I feel like I made this video too long, but I don't mind ranting while I make these things. So I'll see you guys when I see you. I'll try to get a time lapse tomorrow. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I'm gonna be busy for the next few days here, so hopefully I can get some work in. But we might take a break. Don't want to, but we might have to. What else? I got some new stickers coming in. Anyone who's into the funeral veil piece, I don't that painting just resonated with a lot of people. I liked it, but it's crazy how much people dig that piece. I ordered some stickers. I ordered 3 different stickers, but they all came in at different times. So the funeral veil piece, that's going to be coming in. It should be in this week as stickers. I think it's like a 4x3. So if you're into the sticker part of what I do, that'll be up soon. Buy some art, buy a print, blah blah blah. I should definitely have Patreon going. Whatever. Peace.